This is Marble Maid. It's a cute little 3D platformer with a maid, and she's in a marble. You collect dust bunnies, and you spin dash. Yeah, spin dash. It resembles Monkey Ball in terms of style and presentation, but in terms of gameplay, it's basically completely different. As I mentioned, it's just a 3D platformer with a bit of momentum-y movement. It takes a bit of oomph to start and stop, that kind of thing. I ended up really liking it a lot. I ended up getting really good by the end of the game. It felt really nice. I liked how it felt to use the spin dash to fly across the levels and beat them really fast. I found the game to be on the easy side, but my partner also played it, and they found it more difficult. So I think it really just depends on the player and what kind of stuff clicks with you. I particularly like the post-game content, where you get to play bonus levels that add an extra gimmick, or you can play through all the levels again, but a bit harder with no checkpoints. It's also got lewds in it.
Oh my god!
But in the Switch version, which I played, you don't get a lot, just some boobies. So really don't get the game for that. It does have a lot of nice artwork from a few different artists, and there's some good work on display. But if you are wanting to play this to look at porn, don't play the Switch version because it's just not there. I liked the game as a whole. I was more interested by the behind-the-scenes art that you can unlock, personally. On the other hand, it is really fun to see a game on the Switch with credits from things like Hentai Hero and Cum Bomb. But yeah, it's pretty simple, pretty short, it's very cute. It's just a nice little game by a small dev team, and I think it's well worth it for $10. So all of this was just set up so you have context for what game we're talking about and how I personally feel about it. Because I found something that just destroyed me, and I have to share it with you because it's just fucking buck wild. Alright, let's get this started. So the article itself is pretty normal. There's not really anything to comment on here. It's written like a game journalist article, you know how those are. It just is what it is. They mention the naughty images. To their credit, they just kind of acknowledge that it's just like a little bonus thing, and it's not really the main draw of the game. But yeah, that's the article. It's just what it is. Then we get to the comments. Now, not all of the comments are stinkers. There's a number of normal comments in here, and those are fine. Those are not what we're here for today. Today we're here for, my god, that text makes it look like a Flash game. I know not all devs have the money or time to create proper assets, but it does cheapen the game quite a bit. What the fuck are you talking about? You mean this? Is this what you're complaining about? It just looks like text. It's text on the screen. What more do you want? I don't understand. What do you mean create proper assets? Do you think people go out there and make their own fonts all the time? I mean, I'm sure some people do, but I think most people just go and get a free font and they use that. That's what I've always done for my games. Nobody ever complained. What do you mean looks like a Flash game? God, I hate when people are so weirdly dismissive like this, especially of little indie projects. They're like, I know they don't have money. And it's like, yeah, you've answered your own criticism. I thought the video was another one of those Peppa Pig pornographic videos from YouTube. What? What are you talking about? What is that supposed to mean? I'm just baffled by that one. What the hell do you mean? This guy calls it cheapy weepy. Cheapy weep. I hate when people are like this with indie games. Like, yes, it's a small dev team. Leave them alone, okay? I feel it necessary to defend these types of games as a small indie dev myself. I make games with very little budget, like $100 or less. Like, that's been my budget. So when I see people say the game looks cheap, it's like, yeah, like 5 people made it. What do you want? They're out here living the dream. They're putting their games on the Nintendo Switch. I'm gonna defend them to hell and back. God, this is why I left Nintendo Live. These people are insufferable. Then we have the classic Lenny. You gotta throw that in there, of course. And then this person, no kidding, look at the state of that fire. They're responding to the person who says it looks like a Flash game. Do you mean this? There's a screenshot on the page. Do you mean this? This is one of the bonus levels where they have retro flames. It's like, it's based, there's a kart racing game that this developer has also made that's in like a low poly pixel texture style, and they're referencing that in this level. And even if that was what the fire looked like, what the fuck are you complaining about? It looks fine. People can put sprite graphics in their 3D games. You ass. Waifu fans are eating up on the Switch. Looks at the camera. What are we even doing? I don't care when the Eki element is integrated into the game, but this play our crappy Steam Greenlight game and see poorly drawn softcore porn images thing will never fly with me. Did you know Steam Greenlight has been gone for ages? You can just put your game on Steam. Oh, what do you mean crappy? It's... Ay, people don't give these things the time of day. I get it. There's a lot of games, and you gotta sift through them all. And you gotta go on gut reaction a lot of the time. But, like, am I living in, like, a bizarro world? Because I looked at this game and thought, oh, that looks kinda cute. That looks like a nice little game by a small indie team, and I would like to play and support that. And these people look at it and it's like, it looks cheap. And I'm like, God, these things that people send out as insults, like, oh, it looks like a Steam Greenlight game, it looks like a Flash game. It's like, it just really shows where these people are coming from with their mindsets. They feel like, it feels like they're stuck in, like, the early 2010s, or even, like, the 2000s with their complaints, and it's like, grow up. Video games are different now. Video games are made by everybody, and everybody can put something out there. They can, like I said, they can live their dream. They can put their games on Nintendo Switch. We should be celebrating the diversity of games out there and how many people can make them. We should be supporting small creators. I don't care how polished or professional or AAA a game looks. I just want to see people out there being creative and making what they want. How is having a maid instead of a monkey naughty? Or do they do the annoying thing of artificially inserting smut in a way which doesn't add to or affect the gameplay whatsoever, but does make it impossible to find gameplay videos or hint forums or play the game in mixed company, therefore greatly reducing the usability of what might possibly have been a good game? I don't understand like, for me, it's just like, people can put this stuff in their game if they want to, you know? And it's so funny to see this when it's on the Switch, and it's, like, greatly reduced in the first place. It's like tons of games unlock image galleries, right? Like, that's, like, the unlock you get. There's tons of games where there's image galleries, but if the image gallery has tits in it, oh no. It's like, that's another reason I left this place, is these people... Nintendo has poisoned their brains or something, because they're, like, the most prudish people in the world. It's like there's tons of games you can play that don't have this stuff. Why do you have to sit here and complain about the one? If you don't want to play it, just don't. You don't have to complain. These things can exist. It's fine. Okay? It's fine. Oh my god. If you're gonna do a game with hot girls as part of the draw, at least make them look halfway decent. These maids look like some unholy hybrid between the South Park character and a Sesame Street Muppet. How could anyone be interested in unlocking naughty images of them? LOL. I'm turning into the Joker. Now we have art critics. God, remember I said there's a lot of different art from a bunch of different artists. They clearly put a lot of work into this. Sure, it's not the most professional looking thing in the world, but why does it have to be? I don't understand. I'm going to go crawl into a hole and live there for the rest of my life. DeviantArt level bad. Again, the things that people throw out for insults is so telling in this place. The art style is gosh awful. And the second or third worst attempt I've seen at a game using sexy girls as a selling point. I don't find what I saw in the trailer sexy at all, but might still check it out in the future, I guess. Like, guys, I'm so exhausted. It's all the same thing. I don't even know what to say anymore. It's just like, get over it. I didn't even find that to be the selling point. I wanted to play the game because it looked interesting. And I think that's the point of it. Like, it's just a bonus. And like, I don't know. I'm just... I get so tired of these people Sometimes a game should just be censored as a whole to save us from even hearing about it. Ah! Again, I don't know what sort of ultra prudes go to this website where they see a game that has a little bit of lewd stuff in it, and they're like, this game shouldn't exist. It's like, games with sexual stuff in them can exist, it's okay. Like, I'm in the queer community, right? And like, the existence of sexual things is like, not even a question. They're usually not on the level of sexual things just shouldn't exist at all in video games or whatever, you know? It's just, it's like, it's so funny. People are so far behind sometimes. The 3D model of the maid looks unsettling, not cute. I would rather she kept her clothes on. Well, the 3D model does keep her clothes on. And second of all, I wasn't quite sure on the look of that model originally, but it kind of grew on me as I played the game. It's cute, I like it. Though I'm coming from a perspective where I kind of enjoy amateurish looks for things. The amateurish aesthetic is a bonus, you know? It feels very human. You can tell human beings made this. Let me reiterate, people don't have to be the greatest developers of all time to get to make a game and for people to respect it as a work of art. You know? It doesn't have to be the greatest thing ever made for you to still find ways to appreciate it. That's what I'm all about, you know? It looks mechanically weak, and the levels look devoid of any fun. It is a fun game, I think. I made like a tiny review at the beginning of this video, so I liked the gameplay, so... Super Monkey Ball, but with naughty maids is the worst elevator pitch ever? And the trailer pretty much confirms it? Who is buying this? Monkey Ball fans of the actual Monkey Ball games, Paper Ball Deluxe, and others that they can play, and Naughty Maid fans have thousands of naughtier and better drawn alternatives. What's the draw for this? Everybody is the same. Everybody, these are all clones of the same person, I'm convinced. The very last comment on this video is the most reasonable one, which was, this is a fun, albeit simple puzzle game, and yeah, it kinda oversells itself with the lewd part, which isn't really involved in any way during the main gameplay, and is merely a reward gallery. Several of these puzzle/arcade adult games have made it to the Switch lately, although most are actually more censored than their PC counterparts. Yeah, that's just a totally normal comment, right? I'm not sure why people keep calling this a puzzle game, though. I didn't really get anything out of it that felt like a puzzle game at all. Like, there's a little bit of exploration involved, and that's it. And I don't think there was any puzzles to it. But yeah, that's a reasonable take on it. So yeah, I'm just tired of people looking at things like this and judging them so harshly, so immediately. Because, like, I don't even understand this perspective, because I looked at it and was like, oh, it's kind of cute. The most I could think of looking at something like this is like, I'm just not interested, you know? Like, this game, there are times when a game feels like it was made from, like, a really cynical place, right? Something looks like it was, like, a content farm type of thing, right? It was just made passionlessly to try and jump on a trend or something like that. Or just, like, mobile game trash that they put on the Switch, that kind of thing. That I understand judging harshly based on its looks. But not something that was clearly made by people with passion who wanted to make a game, and they did it, you know? Like, the thing that is important to me is just the passion of the developers, and you can feel that with this game. They clearly had fun putting this together. It's a cute and silly game, and they made some nice mechanical things. I personally enjoyed the visuals overall. It's just a nice game, you know? And it's just people's visceral reactions to it just sent me. And I had visceral reactions to their visceral reactions, so... Anyway, I recommend Marble Maid. I think it's a cute game. It's not very expensive. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I just saw this article the other day and I had to comment on it because... God, this is why, like I mentioned, this is why I left Nintendo Life years and years ago. So I hope you enjoyed this. I will see you again soon for more videos and more streams. Bye!
god!